how's it going? Isabella here. Today I'm gonna teach you how to make a baby chick brooder. This brooder is so easy to make and it's really low budget and you can find the items pretty much everywhere. So let's get it started. For this particular build, you'll need a Rubbermaid bin with a lid. I'll need you to drill 6 to 8 holes about a quarter size all around the top edges of the Rubbermaid bin. You'll need a heated pad that we usually use for reptiles placed on one edge of the Rubbermaid bin at the very bottom. You can use one of the holes you just made to pass the wire of the heated pad. Next, you cover the entire bottom with a bubble wrap that is coated in aluminum entirely at the bottom of the Rubbermaid bin. Fasten it to the bin with some duct tape or some Gorilla tape. Make sure it's really well insulated from the bottom as you don't want any water to go underneath of that. So cover all your edges and everything around it. Some of these heated pads have this controller. It says a plus and a minus and an off. But oftentimes you don't know until where you roll that little thing to see how hot it gets. So before you boil your chicks alive, make sure to draw this line at when it's off, and then you'll know that when you turn it on, that it's only at halfway of its capacity. Higher than that, it'll be way too hot for the chicks. Monitor your temperature with a small reptile thermometer that you place on the inside of the box, usually placed near the bottom of the brooder. For this particular brooder, I was very lucky to find this Rubbermaid bin made by Husky, which is a company that you usually find at hardware stores, and the lid is completely transparent so you can monitor your babies without having to open it. Yet it has 6 clamps all around the box that can hold the lid in place so you can halfway open it, completely close it. It's really fun and it keeps the lid in actual place. Here, I'm gonna demonstrate in the very next picture what I mean. If you can find this particular brooder, I say go with this one. You also have a lamp. I particularly enjoy using a ceramic light bulb as it produces heat without any light. And that in itself is very important as the red light that we usually use for reptiles is not actually good for their eyes or their sleeping pattern. When there's a red light, usually baby chicks don't sleep and they're very agitated. So go with the ceramic black one. Also, very important, inside the brooder, when the chicks are firstly hatched, you have to keep the temperature between 30 Celsius to 35 Celsius, which is between 86 to 100 Fahrenheit, I believe. The bottom should be layered with hay because hay is number one edible, secondly it smells really nice, and thirdly it keeps the warmth inside really well. It's usually the preferred material that hens like to be brooding on. When chicks first hatch, I like to infuse their regular water with electrolyte water. If you do not have already prepared mix of electrolytes that you can just sprinkle in the water, you can use Gatorade or some natural juice, but not the entire thing, just a little bit inside of the water. Also, put some elastic rubber bands around the water dish as chicks are very small and not very experienced and they can fall in and drown. This is very important that you prevent them from drowning. Another trick you can do is put a few stones inside of the water dish so they don't just go in and drown. You can find this metallic chick feeder on Amazon or your local feed store, and it has about 8 holes for the chicks to have their each individual areas. Also, it prevents waste as chicks will start like digging in it and removing it. With this, you won't have that. It actually fits many different types of mason jars that actually fit in that hole, but usually it's sold just the metallic piece and then you have to find a mason jar to insert into it. And it's a dispenser for food. Super important to put the feed and the water away from the heated area of the brooder, so that way it doesn't rot or evaporate too fast. So when you have a heated pad and a lamp, put it on the opposite side of that. This is what your brooders should look like by now. I also like to add a little feature of a little step because they love to climb, jump, and try to fly. This little bridge was originally for my tortoise, but she never ended up using it and they're really enjoying it for themselves. Do not remove your chicks from the incubator until they're completely dry. Only then do you transfer them into the brooder, into the warmest spot next to the heated pad underneath. And that sums it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And hit the bell icon to get my latest notification. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.